Hey, what's up, gamers? We're playing Bloons today. I think I have this. They added this like roguelike mode thing, and I really like it. So I just wanted to play this. The way that this works is you pick one of your guys. So each one of these dudes, and they have like different costumes, and each one gives you different starting stuff. So I've just been going down the order. This dude, I did okay with. I beat the first boss. Then him as a robot, I did not do very well. This tower is a little bit too micromanagey for me. You have to kind of like point the mouse where you want to shoot. It's, I don't know. And then this guy, so this is the Beastmaster, and I did beat the first boss with him, but like, I don't know, the Beastmaster feels like it, because you gotta have a whole bunch of them to sort of scale their power together. And anyway, so I ended up pivoting and doing like so he was okay, but it wasn't really that he was good, it was that I got, anyway, let's see. And then I did her, and I did great and got all the way to the third boss, which is the best I've done. But I did get a very, very lucky artifact. Anyway, so we're up to this one. So she comes with a helicopter guy and another one of these guys. So I'm not thinking this is a great loadout immediately. And okay, sick. That's good. I like the bounce. That's fun. So we got that at least. Okay. So pick you, and then I get to pick ones of these to bring in, and you unlock more by playing it. So this one also does the bouncing thing. I assume that they stack together if I bring both, which would be funny because they travel a lot further and there'd just be projectiles everywhere. Are any of the others any better? I can't bring these two because I only can spend $9. Oh, there's also this. Every time you beat, you get experience points, and then you can spend them on these buffs. So I've just kind of bought the couple of whatever I could get. Let's see. So if we do this, I think I'll just bring the bouncing thing again. Dart monkeys don't have those. Sniper. This one, I think this is a mistake, at least if you're relying on the snipers, because it makes them so slow. Slower projectiles, but damage increase. I don't like the slower. This one could do pretty well. They make the hero more effective. Or I don't need that. That would team with the helicopter guy I already have, and I've already got the bouncing. So let me turn off the bouncing and put in the wacky helicopter shots and put in the bonus hero experience. Let's do that. But I have no idea what the volume is like on this. Okay, so we'll send this. This is, I don't think we're gonna, I don't know about this one. Let's see. So you get this like map, and you can spawn at any of these little tents, but usually there's only one tent. And then your little guy will walk along the little path, and you get up to the boss fight up here. So we don't really have many options, so we'll go ahead and start there. Alright, which boss is this? This means nothing to me. Okay. So, first we have a campfire. So what this does, you add a new monkey, you can power up one of your guys, or you can power up one of your artifacts. So let's see, what are my options here? So I could, instead of this, so this would add a 210 heli pilot instead of a 110, which could be good. Alternatively, I could upgrade one of my heli pilots. So like this guy by default is going to cost me $2,000 to place, but if I upgrade him, he'll cost $3,000. I don't remember what the order is on the heli pilot that well. Let me check. Here we go. Yeah, I always take the top path. I always do these ones, and then these two so it can hit camo. So I do, they are the right, it's set up correctly. I'm going to upgrade this so I get another helicopter pilot. And I'm just gonna spam helicopter pilots and we'll see how that goes. So on the map you encounter the balloons, and then you fight them, and then wabamo. And I really enjoy that they've cranked the round lengths down a ton. So, you know, it's not like you're playing like 40, 60. It doesn't take forever, you know, it's good, it's good. So, okay, so here's my party. I've got this dude and then these guys, and I can place them, so like, you, get down there. And you should have pursuit mode already, there we go. And, okay, so this guy already has these upgrades, that's what the 210 means. So if I put down this guy, the 200, he wouldn't have this one. But you notice that this is about 2,000, this is like a little bit more. So it's cheaper to buy them from here than buying anyway. Basically, the bigger they are in here, they'll be more expensive, but less expensive than if I had to buy all the upgrades myself manually. Let's send this. Oh, there's that wacky pattern. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, he's doing a good job for now. So there's lots of different flavors of balloons. There's ones in particular I'm worried about right now are camo balloons, because I cannot hit them. I need this upgrade to hit them. Then after that would be leads, but she can hit lead, so that's okay. And then after that would be lead camos, which I currently cannot hit, but with this upgrade I could. I just wouldn't be very good at it, but I could do it. This is only level 1 though, so it's going to be pretty easy. I can show off this dude. Oh, so by the way, I can't place another helicopter for another couple rounds, so I have to use these other guys instead. Every few rounds you get this thing, and you can pick a buff for this map only. I'll go ahead and get this one. So if I put this guy down, he kind of tracks where my mouse is, you can see. So they're really good if you want to micromanage. Also, we have the bouncing. Shouldn't they be bouncing? Oh, I think they only bounce off walls and not the edges of the map. That's okay. Maybe I should have held on to the other bouncing one, because I swear the other one was edges of map too, but I could just be mistaken. So this dude can be really good, but you have to really micromanage him, and I don't like micromanaging. I like just throwing the guys down. The helicopter is very much not micromanagey though. It's you throw it down and it just does its thing. You get dollary dues every time you beat a level. Treasure chests, you get your choice of options, so I could get primary monkeys, attack rank, but my helicopters count as, both of my guys are military right now actually, we're looking for that. There's 4 flavors of monkeys. So attack range increase, but speed decreases, more damage to ceramics, and more damage for support monkeys. None of these like help me, because I don't have any of those towers, so we'll just get this. Because it doesn't make anything worse either. Alright, so this one, you can see the balloon there is fortified, so they're going to send more fortified balloons. Which is not really that big a deal. I think we want to put her pretty close to the start to break leads. And we want to throw down a helichopter, set that sucker to pursuit, and then just send it. And get the camo detection. So now we're sorted for everything other than lead camos, which I still won't be able to hit. I feel like the sound effects are a little loud. Let me put that down. And then I'm going to turn up my volume. It looks good on the OBS window. So I'm just going to leave it alone. But if anyone shows up, you gotta let me know if it's too loud. So yeah, basically I've been playing this all day and was like, I just want to play this more. So that's what we're doing. You can all, let's see, so here none of these really help me, so I'm going to do a re-roll. Still none of these help me, so I'm just going to just pick one. Let's see. I could like put this guy here and have him, you could also have him lock in place, so I could have him shoot down this little barrier. And he'd be really good on this map because there's lots of things for him to bounce off of. Here, I can show this off. So if I put down this helicopter, I'll go ahead and set you on pursuit. So that's 340 for that. 960 to 2170 is like 210. So I get a discount for buying it all in one go. Which is to say that you want to, at the campsites, you know, when you can upgrade your dudes, you want to upgrade them so that they're, you know, they're cheaper and you can use them more gooder. But they do get more expensive, so if you over upgrade one, you might not be able to place it as easily, or like it'll be like locked in, you know. Like each of the towers has 3 upgrade paths, but so there's a lead, but see, she's gonna take care of it because they're not camo leads. Each tower has 3 upgrade paths. Once you've picked 2 of them, you can't pick the 3rd one anymore. And also, once you get one to level 3, the other one can only go up to 2. So you can have a 5-2-0 split. Speaking of splits, here's a split in the road, so we can go either way we want. It looks like there's just way more stuff on this right path than on this left one. So I'm thinking that we want to go on the right path. So here is a mini boss, and that appears to be the same guy as the final boss, so that's handy. I'm not 100% on how these work, specifically on if you lose lives here or not. Because I've got 5 lives, and you know, if every time I lose a map, I lose a life. So that's bad. But I will lose this one because the boss will keep respawning until I kill him. Just forever. It's like certain number of pop goals. Anyway, so we'll send this. We immediately get one. I'll go ahead and get that. He spawns not where I expect him to. Oh, see, here's the problem is the helicopter's going to be really distracted. I mean, we'll send it anyway. I would have put you on this side, though. This happened last time I did a boss on this map, too, as he spawns up here. I guess they just do that. On this map, whenever you get one of these blimps, they're supposed to come in down this road and then go around the road like that. But I guess the boss ones don't behave in the same way. I'm going to wait and buy this because it's almost time for it to be ready anyway. There we go. So go ahead and throw that down, put that on pursuit, and we'll get you camo detection. But none of these are any good. We'll do the all tower, that's good. So I'm trying to figure out what this dude's gimmick is. I'm not seeing much. He's got this little meter, which I'm not sure what it entails. Let's get that. But whatever this guy's problem is now, we'll have to deal with him again. Anyway, so at some point the boss is going to leave, because you see he just keeps coming back every time I take him down. So, none of these. I could get another health. So the other things you can get in these little boosts are more dudes to place. I very rarely find those useful because the times that these come back are usually just about right anyway. I think I'm about to be able to throw down, there we go, another helicopter. And get that camo detection. Yeah, I think what it is that if I lose this map due to the balloons coming through and escaping, then I do lose a life. But if I lose due to the boss escaping, then that's not losing, that's just when the event ends. I should really get one more Razor Rotors just before the end here. There we go. I think we're going to get the bronze medal. He did something to this helicopter. Did you see that? I don't know what that was. Anyway, so we got a 14. I think 10 was the score to beat. So not only do we not lose a life, but we get an artifact. So I get these things. I think it's going to be this one. Ooh, okay. So this one's probably better. But I like this one because it just spams the hero ability. Otherwise, I just don't use it at all. So let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, I tend not to... For the same reason I don't like the guy that you have to really micromanage. I don't like activated abilities you have to really micromanage. I just kind of want to throw my guys down and have it go. So even though this is going to not activate the ability at particularly opportune times, it will activate it, which is more than what I was going to do. Yeah, that glass bottle breaking sound, that's her ability. She throws down a Molotov and it makes a little fire on the track for a few seconds. And you're supposed to use it like in an emergency, but I just never use it, so... This dude would be really good right here, because I could have him shoot down this path and he'd cover a ton of area. So you can also have him lock in, like this. So he's not following my mouse anymore, he's like locked in. Which is way better because I don't have to micromanage him, but is worse because now he's not being as effective as he could be. None of these. Look at the alt tower. Because like once the balloons are over here, he's gonna still be shooting this way, right? So, I mean, you get the idea. I can either use him non-micromanagey, but less, because I could run him just as effectively if I just held my mouse here. It's just then I have to hold the mouse here. And ideally I should be playing not on speed up, right? I would play on slow speed so that I can really aim my shots where I want them to go. But I don't want to deal with that. That'd take forever. So I think we're going all helicopters. I can think of a few maps where it's going to be a issue. None of these. Where there's like not really room. Because you see the helicopters have a very large like landing pad. But we'll deal with that when we deal with it. There's also one boss that can become immune to certain kinds of guys. And right now my whole fleet is all military. So fighting that boss would be difficult. Because he would become immune to me and then I would lose. So ideally I pick up some kind of other, other guys. You go ahead and get in there. And then get the helicopter, go ahead and put in pursuit. So if I were to upgrade the helicopter, I would do this one, and I would upgrade to always have razor rotors. Because you see it's really expensive, so getting that one on the cheap would be better than getting the one that's already pretty cheap on the cheap. Now that might be a mistake, because then that might mean I couldn't afford to start with that helicopter, but I've always got this backup helicopter I could start with instead. I think I can get that now, there we go. So that's my thinking. None of those. So I can get All Tower Inspiration or Precision. 8 and 5 or 10 and 5. 10's more than 8, so we'll do that. Does that show up? That does not show up. Okay. Oh, we can get another helicopter. I'll do that. Go ahead and throw that. I probably actually just go left once instead of having to go right a dozen times. I'll go ahead and get the All Tower Precision. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different kinds of boosts. There's like specific ones where it's like this tower does something, like my funny shooting helicopters, and then there's this kind of tower does something, like the primary boost or the military boost. And then there's, you know, like other, you know, and then there's like the all towers and a bunch of different stuff. Alright. The tokens are like a currency. So like, see, this one just buffs primaries, but I don't have any primaries, so that's not super good. Then I could get more damage to glued balloons, but I don't have anyone that can glue them. And I have this one that increases druid damage. It does give me a druid. That's a magic guy. But I think I already have a primary buff. So I'm going to get another primary buff and just assume at some point down the road I'll grab a primary. Alright. So we'll put you on top of the tree here. And Helichopter. I went to the right again. Yeah, I really do... Maybe I should actually upgrade to camo first, because I don't have anyone else that can hit camo. So if I were to buy the Razor Rotors, I wouldn't have enough money to also buy camo detection. Theoretically. Which would be bad, because then if the camo comes early, they could just come on through. You can kind of just barely see. It's the ones with the funny pattern on them. It's hard to tell because this guy's just mowing them down. I'm not sure if the wacky waving pattern is a benefit or an anti-benefit or what that is. Alright, none of these. Alright, there we go. That's legendary as well. So 2518, that's really good. I believe there's 3 tiers, common, rare, and legendary. If there's a tier above legendary, I have not seen it yet. Go ahead and get that. Go to the left one. So what I was saying about the previous one I did, where I got all the way to boss 3 with Gwen, I got a upgrade. So she did not start with anyone who could see camo at all, except like she had a wizard. And you can upgrade the wizard to see camo, but then he can't hit purples. And if you upgrade the wizard to shimmer, then he can reveal camos to everyone else, but then you can't put him on the Dragonfire path that she bought. Anyway, it's the whole thing. But I got an upgrade that meant that any tower in her range could see camo, which was great. So I spammed a shit ton of boomerang guys all like around her, as a brigade, and so they took down everything. And then over on this side, I threw like a wizard and a ninja to, you know, it was good. But I ran into a boss that had like it was the third boss, had just so much health I wasn't doing enough damage to it, but also the map I had to fight him on was a very difficult map. So even before the boss could kill me, I was getting killed by just the balloons because I couldn't defend against them because the map... Anyway. Because that was the problem I ran into with her, was that it was a very point defense kind of thing. They were all grouped around her, so anything with a bunch of different lanes to defend was harder. This gives me a boat. Boats are military. I always put him down the middle path. Now... This is kind of the same effect as the one I was talking about with the camo detection, but I have to have a boat to do it, so I think I'm going to skip that. Tier 5 magic monkeys attack speed is halved. All monkeys in their radius do more damage than mob class. Non-magic monkeys. So this nerfs magic guys to buff everyone else, I think. And then this is support with... I'll get that. I'm not sure I quite understand what it's supposed to do. That's okay. Another fight. One thing I kind of wish when you go on a path and the only option is the balloons, it just dumps you into it, you know? But such is life. So with this setup that I've got now, I very much don't... It's very much not a point defense. Which is what's really cool about the Helichopters, is you just, you throw them wherever and they cover the whole map. But it's also very expensive. And the helicopters are also not great at covering multiple simultaneous lanes. They are good at maps where there's like one lane here and one lane here and one lane here. And then the balloons go 1, and then round 2 they go 2, and then round 2 they go 3. Because then the helicopter can move to where it needs to be. But if they're coming down all 3 at once, it has to keep running back and forth, and it kind of gets it... it misses a lot because it's running back and forth so frequently. So the little purple blobules every so often, I think that is the thing I just got. Military inspiration, give me that. Presumably it's helping. It seems to be missing. I guess because of the wacky waving shots. Let's get another Helichopter down. This is kind of in the way of everything, isn't it? The little tabs are smart enough that they pop up on whichever side is not the side your guys are on. Like you see how when I click on her it pops up over here, but then it hides the guys. I will do all tower. In Bloons 5, there's a little drop down here that had your upgrades and stuff, but they redesigned a lot of the UI for this one. I think to make it work better on like tablets and stuff. Like it feels very tablet-y. Like I feel like if I was a kid with an iPad I would play this. The ones with like bands around them, those are the fortified ones. They take extra hits. And then you're seeing mixed in the middle, some of them are with the funny pattern. There's the camos. These guys can only hit them because I bought that upgrade that says they can. So there's a Moab. The big blimps they have more balloons in them, just like everything else. But they take a lot of extra hits. Some of the guys do extra damage specifically to like the blimps. I don't think I have anyone like that yet. This map's interesting because you can only put your guys in the little holes, and the trees get knocked down as the rounds progress. We'll go ahead and put you here. Also, the heroes have levels. Like she levels up as the map goes on. It has all these abilities and stuff. Let's see. Get a Helichopter. Ooh, now I'm starting with enough money to actually get both of those. So maybe I do want to upgrade the thing. You understand? See, so there goes this tree. Also, each plot, as you can see, like the blue ones are for primary monkeys only, the purple ones are for magic monkeys only, the gears are for support only, and the greens are for military only. So like this dude, I can't put him here because he's a military. Also, they get little benefits. Like if I put a guy here, he gets those drums so he attacks a little faster. We get all tower. Or if I put him here, he gets, I think that's extra popping power. Maybe that, I don't know. I don't think she gets anything because she's in the anyone can go there zone. And the helicopters don't get anything. I think they're too big to fit in the little plots anyway. Even if there was a military one open. There's probably something in the water one too. There's a couple of yeah, that means he's cheaper. There's a couple towers that can only be placed in water. That's the boat and the submarine. And then they added a mermaid tower that can go in land or water, but it has a bigger range when you put it in the water. But obviously the limit there is that you need the map to have water to put it in. Like that's one concern. But one of the heroes is like a water-based hero, maybe two, and I'm wondering how that works because you can't guarantee there will be water in every map, unless she gets like an ability that says guarantee there's water in every map you get. Which would kind of be interesting if there was an ability. Alright, so we got Quickening or Inspiration. Let's see, so this is attack speed is faster, projectile speed's faster, this is pierce and range. I think I already have an Inspiration, so let's do Quickening. I feel like the wacky waving pattern is not as good at taking out the blimps. I feel like it doesn't focus them as hard as the straight pattern does. I think it's also giving me some other benefit though, right? Oh yeah, they attack way faster too. So I think it's overall still a positive. So this little thing with the tic-tac-toe board is a mini game, and it's kind of like the mini boss endurance race. Okay, so what this is going to be is it gives me a time limit, and in those 5 minutes, I want to pop as many balloons as I can. So we'll go ahead and get set up like this. I'm going to go ahead and throw down another one as well. You're more expensive, so that means you're saving me more money. Oh, but that means you don't have pursuit mode. That may have been a mistake. Let's go ahead and... So I can click this button to go ahead and send the next round early. So let's send a couple extras. Let's go ahead and speed it up so this takes too long. But you see that this guy... There we go. Now I don't need micromanage him. Okay, go. Another one. So I think if I send too many and get overwhelmed, I do lose a life. But if I just don't meet the goal, I just don't get a reward, I think. I'm not super certain how the mechanics work, because a lot of the time if I make it to one of these, I don't want to throw it just to find out what happens when I lose, right? So I'm just trying to... But I'm not good at these races because I tend to take things way too, like, carefully. So I never seem to let enough guys through. Like I said, I want them to take out that blimp. There we go. Go ahead and pursuit. And we'll get that, and it's another wave. What did I want? Like I forget what the number... I wish you could check during the minigame what goal you're shooting for. I think that'd be really handy. Now, if I was smart, I would just remember what the goal is, but I do not. It's another guy. So that's a fortified Moab, so it's got more health than the regular kind. I also may have been overzealous by sending that wave there. No, we just about got him. Send another. Okay, there we go. I got the common reward with 2 seconds to go. That's actually better than I usually do. I usually don't get anything from this. But like that was aggressive to get the common. So we could get portability, which is portable lake and pontoon. That is, you can throw that down and then put the boat in it. Or this you can put on water and put land guys on it. That I don't want. And... is that a good thing? Yeah, let's get it. I'm not sure that my guys can actually pop frozen balloons. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, also, you can't go backwards. So you see that, like, this path has been locked off, so I couldn't, like, back up down this one. And I also can't get to this corner and then come this way and, like, loop around. I thought that the little triangles in the log indicated the forwards direction, but apparently they're just triangles. Okay, so we've got a mini boss, and again, it's the guy we're gonna have to fight. This is a harder map, though. Let's see, so you should go early to get leads for me, and we'll throw down a helicopter, get you on pursuit, and we'll throw down another helicopter. This one doesn't come with pursuit mode, but I can buy it. Alright, let's send it. None of these. We'll get inspiration. Go ahead and get this. Okay, I'm not sure what this boss is. There's a bunch of different bosses, and each one has like a different like gimmick. One of them, like every time you hit him, he like spits out balloons, and one of them is like there's all this weird stuff. So I'm not sure. I know there's a guy who becomes invincible to certain types. So I'm not sure what this one's deal is. I feel like the Helichopters are really good at boss fights. That's the impression I'm getting. Since they can just stay right on top of the boss the whole time. I feel like this is going pretty well. Let's get that. There's the common reward. At some point, like I said, I need to pick up some non-military towers in case I have to fight the other guy. The guy who becomes immune. See, so this one is like red now. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that one's deactivated? Because it looks like he's still activated. I'm gonna wait, and there's this one. Go ahead and pursuit mode. None of these. All tower, that's fine. Get IFR. Everything paused there for a second. His barometer is full. I don't know what it means when the barometer is full. Get that. So as he pushes through the Helichopters, it might do enough to actually bump us up to the medium threshold. I don't remember if it was 18 or 20. Alright, he's taking out this guy again. I think we just got common. Yep, common artifact. I guess the other one was 20? I feel like we did pretty good. I mean, I was on top of him the whole time. Okay, what do we got? When a balloon on fire is popped, it explodes. See, that could be really good because my Gwyn already like uses fire a lot. Heroes and magic do damage to trance and stun, but I can't stun, so it doesn't matter. And this is more buffs for primary. We're gonna get this. Onward. Start fast and end slow. That's fine. I will put you here, closer to the end. And then we'll get the Helichopter. There we go. Get that, get that. Alright, and go. Oh, so those purple ones are immune to energy attacks. So like fire, plasma shots, laser guns, that kind of thing. That's why that was such a problem with the wizard, is because the wizard uses magic, obviously. And magic counts as an energy attack. So when I had the only guy who could see camo was the wizard, and the wizard can't hit purples, then they just need to throw a camo purple at me, and then I was not going to be able to hit it. Luckily, the Helichopter can see camo with this upgrade. Oh, see, the fast balloons are kind of messing him up. I can see camos with the one upgrade, and I can hit leads with the other upgrade, which is the Razor Rotors. It's just not great at it. Look at all tower clicking. I'm waiting to buy this, but I think that's a stupid move. Let's go ahead and get you. It's kind of handy to not have pursuit bot yet, because I can just click on it and it automatically changes to pursuit mode. Go ahead and get IFR. You see, when they're fighting fast balloons, that's really their weakness, because they kind of have to chase it down. So I definitely should have some kind of different tower as like a backbone. They're doing good work though. Oh, so the balloons that are shaped like hearts are regrow balloons, and if you pop them and then leave them alone for a bit, they will regrow back up. So like the lead ones coming out, you pop them and they turn into pinks or whatever's inside leads, and then if you don't pop the pinks quickly, they'll turn back into leads, and you pop them and then there's pinks inside again. So especially for balloons that have multiple balloons inside them, Like, it looks like leads have like maybe 4 pinks in them. So you pop the lead and it turns into 4 pinks, then you wait, and then the 4 pinks turn into 4 leads, and now you have 4 leads to deal with. So they can spiral out of control quickly. I would like to buy another Helichopter. None of these. Military inspiration, let's get that. You can tell what flavor they are by what color the background is. So these are green because they're military. And if I had any other ones, I could demonstrate. Primary is blue, support is yellow, and magic is purple. So I could be taking the bottom path instead of the middle with this guy. These two are already locked in. But this guy could go bottom path instead. The bottom path lets you shoot more darts, but your Helichopter moves more slowly, and you don't get to see camo, which is, again, I think I need the camo because they're the only tower I have that can see it. So let's take a look at the path ahead. This way, I get a mini game, 2 chests, and a campsite. This way, I get a merchant, a campsite, a treasure chest, another merchant. This way is better in theory because I get things for free instead of having to pay for them, and I get a campsite on both. They're also 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There's more balloon encounters on this side, so assuming I can survive them, this is better because I'll get more tokens. Oh, there's also one tile that's like sparkly sometimes. I guess either I don't have one or I missed it. Alright, what's the mini game? Okay, another race. So you can go right there. And then grab the Helichopter. And do. And we'll grab another Helichopter. Alright, and send it. And advance. Let's send another one. The problem is I can't upgrade my Helichopters because then they'll block the what I'm looking at there. I may have sent too many. They're holding out though. I can get Razor Rotors here in a minute. Alright, send more. Send more because we're killing it. Alright, blimps. Again, may have been aggressive. Throw down another Helichopter, get him on pursuit. Alright, send it. Camo. This is a pretty good map for the Helichopters though, because it doubles back on itself a lot, so the Razor Rotors have a lot of time to hit as they're like chasing a target down. Bam. That's one thing, the pursuit mode doesn't make great use of the Razor Rotors because they kind of hold behind the balloons so they can shoot at them. Oh, I got their common. Nice. Let's keep going. I still have another minute. Again, I think if I lose this map due to balloons leaking, I think I do lose a life, which I'd prefer not to. I'm not sure if that's true, and I'm also not sure if I'd get the common reward even if I die. Alright. How'd we do? I feel like 50,000 was probably the medium. I don't know. We got a reward. So here's the one again that gives me the lake and the pontoon. I don't think I need that. My guys are faster, but balloons are faster. I feel like that's not a good trade. And spike factories. We do get a spike factory. Attack half as fast I'm not into, but I like getting the spike factory, so let's get that. We can sell that at the merchant. This map is crazy. I get to cheese it with Helichopters, but... So there's this like moving lid And so right now I can only place towers in this section. Like, I can't put them up here. But I can squeeze my helicopters in here. So it doesn't matter. I can just ignore the gimmick. There we go. And pursuit. I go. But every round, this will move and then change which quadrant I can place stuff in. This map's really tough if you don't have something that cheeses it, like the helicopters do. Let's get this one. I do need pursuit mode. There we go. So this is, now that I've got enough helicopters in my inventory here that I can't place them faster than I need them. We'll get that one. So there's not a ton of reason in my eyes to double up on having like 30 of the same guy. Just a couple of them you're probably good. Because they'll like refresh, by the time you get back to them. So this one's ready to go. I haven't even bought Razor rotors for this one yet. I'm saying all this. I have not beaten this mode. There's 4 bosses, and I've gotten to the 3rd one, and it seemed genuinely impossible. Oh yeah, so the Spike Factory has an orange background because it's a support tower. I will get all tower. I'm going to use that just as an emergency if something happens that, like I said, the one boss that is immune to military or something crazy. 101 is not the path I usually do for these. I usually do 2-2 and then I do like 4-2 or 2-4. I don't use the last path very often. Which kind of is something I really enjoy about this mode, is that you're kind of forced to use ones that you wouldn't use. Like in the one I did the best, I was using boomerang guys that were 0-4-2. I never do that. Alright, nothing here. I'll get the magic. Oh, you need to go in pursuit mode? I always do boomerang guys on the top 2 routes. So it kind of like forces you to, use a tower that you wouldn't use. Now I don't know if the ones I tend to use or not use are actually any good. It's just like the ones that I just use. I think though for the most part there's not too many. They're just like, this tower is abjectly bad and you should never use it. Though I'm sure there are some that are, not as good as others. What level are you at? 11, that's pretty good. So the hero levels up every round and you can speed it up with purchasing. I believe in this mode they've made the heroes level up way faster than they do normally. But also the balloons get tougher way faster. Hang on, I gotta drink. You usually see the first Moab at level 40. More damage to Frozen, I can't freeze. This is the one I had that gave me... that was so good last time. But it was good specifically with the C camo thing. Less accurate, increased shot spread, but faster. I'm kind of on board with that, honestly. Because we have the wacky waving darts anyway, so they'll hit stuff. So I just want the helicopters just pumping out shots as fast as they can, basically. We've got another start fast, end slow. This is probably the easiest map in the game. Go ahead and put you there. It's super long and the path doubles back on itself several times. So you can really get them. How's that missing shots thing? I mean, they're going all over the place, but they always do that because they're the wacky wavy shots. I feel like it's shooting pretty fast though, so I'm on board. You get in there. and pursuit mode go. Grab that, let's watch. I need about 2,000 for the next Razor Rotors. I don't know if I should be like varying it or just like all the same. Obviously I'm just doing all the same, but I could throw down a Spike Factory to sort of demonstrate what they do. Let me check what the... Yeah. This won't be able to hit leads, I think, or can it? That's the helicopter. No, it can't hit leads, it just won't be fast. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. I'm gonna throw down the Spike Factory just to demonstrate it. So I could get all tower precision or inspiration. I have all the stuff. I have the one making them less precise, so let's like try to fix that with one that makes them more precise again. So for this here, I'm gonna put this specifically so it spawns them at the end, so it has all round to sort of build up. Look at this. Ooh, I didn't know you could do set target mode with Spike Factory. That's cool. So I've got a big pile of spikes at the end here. If anything makes it through the gauntlet. Let's use support. That'll power this guy up. So this is an interesting upgrade because usually the spikes go away at the end of the round, so I put it at the very end so it has all time to build up. If I get this, now it will... I start each round with a stockpile. Oh, these leads are camo. That's why she didn't take them out. That was her level, so she just hit level 10. At level 10, she gets a ability where like big stream wipe kind of move. Again, if I was good at the game, I would wait and use it when there are things on stream to wipe, but I won't remember to do that. So instead just having it fire every so often, this seems fine. I'm gonna get Deadly Spikes. So this is a BFB. It has, I think, 4 Moabs inside it. Yeah, there they are. So we're already getting BFBs, which is, you know, scary, but the Helichopters did a great job. This is a pretty tough map. This is rated as a beginner map, but I think this is the hardest beginner map. Something about it is just really hard to just get the damage on the guys. I don't know. Does this fit on the little... No, it doesn't. Okay. Throw that there. Go ahead and throw in Pursuit. And another one. Go. Although I think that the Helichopters are going to make this much easier than trying to do it with normal towers. The Helichopters is really interesting because normally they're too expensive for you to start with. Like, you're not going to be able to start a map and the first tower you place is the Helichopter. But with this mode, because you kind of start halfway in with some money, you can just start with a Helichopter. So I mean, they're putting in work for sure. None of those. We got an all tower. We'll take that. The all tower buffs are not as strong as the as the ones that are just for primaries or just for militaries, whatever. But They work on everyone. So if it's a choice between an all and a military, at the moment I would always pick the military one because I'm gonna get more benefit from it. Although I guess if I actually ever do get around to getting a tower type that's not military, then maybe the alls will be more appealing. There's another all tower, I'll take that. So I could there like do a reroll and see if I get something better, but since I have one that's applicable at all, I'll just take that. I almost never take the boost monkeys, because when you still have to buy them. It just like lets you buy an extra guy. And I very rarely am in a scenario where, oh, if only I could buy one more guy, I'd be fine. It's usually I'm in a scenario where, like you saw, this recharges so fast I can't even buy it consistently. So getting like just some random guy doesn't really fit my strategy too well. But once again, I have not beaten this game mode, so maybe I'm just an idiot and doing it wrong. I think it'd be great if the guys you got were free. I think they are discounted. I think you do get a discount. So like if I bought, if I did pick a guy and I got a, you know, a 210 helicopter, it would be like $2,000 instead of $2170 or something like that maybe, but I'm not actually sure about that. Reroll. Oh, nice. Take that. And one more helicopter. This one probably won't get to fully upgrade, but not that it really matters. I do think they probably start becoming slightly less effective, the rotors at least, as they all pile up on each other like that. But I mean, it's working. I could be going for this next one, but you see the massive price jump? Like, this is an incredibly strong upgrade. But it costs so much that I feel like I can't. If I waited for that, I'd be waiting the whole map with just one helicopter. So I need to just start chucking. I need to spam them. What do we got? We've got maximum life set to 9. Any balloon leaked only counts as 1. Region 3. That sounds really good. Subs, monk, ninjas, druids, wizards, beast handlers. I don't use any of those. And glue. I'm gonna get that. And we'll try to not leak balloons. And we'll see how that goes. That's so weird. Up here, by the way, is my map hearts. I haven't lost any yet, so we're doing good on that front. Shouldn't say things like that. So I have plans for these 2 camps. This camp, I'm going to use to mentor my 210 helicopter into a 310 helicopter like we talked about. So like the Razor Rotors upgrade costs like 2,000 some, but it's only increasing his price by 1,000. So we want that for sure. And then the next one I'm going to use to also get him to start with the camo detection, because I think we can afford that. You go in the center of that little doodad. Oh, it moved him to the bottom. Also, I have a cannon now. Okay, so throw this down and swap it to pursuit and get camo detection, and then throw this guy down and get pursuit and get camo detection. All right, go. Kill them. I guess this is kind of in the way of seeing what's happening, isn't it? About to be able to afford it, so we'll go pop this back up. Bam. So I think I'm just gonna wait for this one to recharge, because since it costs so much now, none of these. Okay, not much there. Let's get the this guy. and then not use you. Yeah, I guess that's not really a good comparison because he's way more upgraded. So I can get this guy again, but obviously he costs too much, which is a concern of upgrading him. But again, he's cheaper. You see, anyway. So I want to use the second. Oops, military. I want to use the other camp that's right there to upgrade him again to get camos for free, and then start working on one of these other two to get them up into the same sort of boat. Because if I have multiple guys who are all equally good, I can just spam them way more effectively. Because I don't have to wait on the reset, I just have to wait on the money. So that's kind of my intention, is to just like power up all these helicopters to just have a fleet of helicopters I can spam. And maybe for boss rounds, I could, because bosses start with a lot of money, I could use the dart ship. We'll see how that does. This timing's gonna work out pretty well on getting this guy. There we go. It's sometimes a little hard to tell where one round ends and the next starts. We'll get the all. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down this dude. I'm thinking it won't be. I'm thinking it'll be. This is coming in a little late, so we'll go ahead and get another guy in there. Continue the spam tactics. This is also a contender for easiest map in the game because they go like this. And they do a loop around here, and then a loop around here, and then a loop all around the whole thing, and then they leave. So you get a ton of time to hit them. And they double up on paths a lot, which is huge, because then one tower can cover them through multiple cycles. Obviously not as big a deal when I have 17 helicopters on top of them, but... Definitely starting to see a little bit of the helicopter's weakness, where the big swarms can kind of push the helicopters back. But I mean, it's working. Time to execute the plan. So we're going to level up this helicopter to 320. How much would this cost? Yeah, see, that's less than the upgrade itself costs, because the upgrade costs 26,000. This is quite a discount, but I wouldn't be able to buy it anymore to start maps with. So let's just get that. And then I like this map. So you go here. Actually, you go here. I like to put her early so she'll take care of... Again, the helicopters can do leads, but they're not great at it. They're like okay at it. Because they have to specifically hit with the rotors. And he said the way they kind of back off means they're not likely to hit with the rotors. I could do something like this and guarantee that they will hit with the rotors. Maybe that's a good idea when I start getting like 17 helicopters, is just like start locking some of them down. But it's also like more, I just like, it's one extra button press, If I just let him go on pursuit mode. Also, in this case, see, this one's really not helping because he didn't chase that down at all because I told him not to. Oh, inspiration or quickening? Ooh, I like projectile speed. Let's do that. let's go ahead and make this one back to pursuit mode. I like patrol points also, which is pretty cool. You can sort of set points and it'll like follow a path. So I could have it like follow the map or something, but that seems like a lot of effort to set up. Another one of these things where like technically I could be playing better, but I do not want to micromanage. So I just don't. Just let them do their thing. One thing that's real interesting about this cat paw upgrade I got is if a Moab leaks, I'll lose 1 health. But if I pop the Moab right before it leaks and then all the leaked balloons go through instead, I'll lose a shit ton of health. And so every time you beat a boss, you're given the option to like save one of the artifacts you have, and then you can start rounds with it later. That's where I got some of the ones I'm using, like the wacky wavy helicopter things. So I am kind of thinking I will save that cat paw one because I've never seen it before, rather than continuing the whole game with it. Could be a mistake. We'll also have to see what the boss gives me, because the bosses give unique artifacts as well, and sometimes they're really good. One of them gives a big bonus to towers that are 3 or less, so all of my helichopters would get the bonus, which would be great. But if I start using the tier 4, then I would not be getting the bonus anymore. Ooh. 1670 for this helicopter pilot. So that is actually quite a bit cheaper than my comparable ones. But like this guy is 110, that guy was 220, and he was way cheaper. So maybe that's the reason that you would use those ones, is they're like loads cheaper. I didn't realize they were that cheaper. That's good to know. We'll look out for that more. Let's throw down a spike factory. None of these. We'll get that because I just threw down a spike factory. Get the leads. I feel like 5 helichopters is plenty. Long life spikes is not going to be a useful upgrade because we are on the last round, but I'm going to get it anyway. Something is spawning that causes a shit ton of lag. I think it's 100 ceramics all on top of each other. Nice. We survived the lag spike. Alright, so now there's the merchant. The way this works, I can sell my stuff and I can buy his stuff. Which of these... Do I have anything I don't... I also use these. Which of these don't I want? Definitely want that. Definitely want that. Definitely want that. Not really using that. We can get rid of that. Want to keep that. Not using that. Technically using that. That's fine. Keep that. This, I think this is good because they put out half as many spikes, but each spike does more than 100% more damage. So I think that's just a good thing. That's funny. And then we're keeping this for sure. So I can get rid of these two. So what have you got to sell? That's interesting, because what I could do with this is get down my 4 helichopters or whatever. This kind of works really well with the helichopter spam because I can't put down that many of them anyway. I like that. First 20, that doesn't seem that good. That is just, you know, that's a classic right there. We want that. And this would benefit the spike tower, so it's okay. This one's a lot of effort. I don't want that. That's good. I don't have a Buccaneer. I could get a Buccaneer. And that is the path I usually take him. I think if I need anything, I want more non-militaries. So I was thinking that that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good. And that'd be... I want all this junk? Yeah, because then also I could get the big helicopter, right? Yeah. So I can use these tokens to sub in. So if I spend like all my tokens, I can get all this crap. There we go. Looks like he's only going to sell me 4. I don't believe that gave me any new guys. Nope. Alright, boss time. So, yeah. Anyway, when I get... Because I'm only placing at most 5 helicopters anyway. If they're down 5%, that'd be 25. So it's still... Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and throw you right here. You can get a jump start on the boss. A helicopter up here. Go ahead and put you on pursuit mode. I don't have enough to buy the dart chip, so we won't. But I get a second helicopter. And a third helicopter. And again, at this point, they're still going to get the benefit of the benefits. Let's put a spike factory here at the end of the track. Target right there. So it's right at the very end. And do that. Alright, send it. So I do get to keep playing while the boss, does his thing. I did spend most of my good towers already. None of those. We'll get support because I do technically have 1. He has turned off my support. I assume that's what that does? Maybe he just makes it slower? I'm not really sure what he's doing when he does that. We'll get another support one. His balloonometer is nearly full here. So we'll see if we can figure out what that means. He's not invincible while is he spawning more balloons? I'm not sure what he's doing. None of those. There we go. I should be able to throw down another helicopter here in a second. That's probably plenty of helicopters. So I think I'm going to do another spike factory next. His barometer's full again. I think we got it. There we go. So now we get a reward. I'm thinking the helicopters are going to be really good for taking on bosses. So I can get Essence of Blastopopulus. Tier 4 monkeys, level 15 heroes, burn balloons. Affected balloons take extra +4 damage from all sources. I don't use tier 4 monkeys. I use tier 3s, and my hero's not getting that high. Could still be good, though. Or I could get either of these two. A really big dart monkey or a really big monkey ace. This is interesting, because this would do a ton of damage and is pretty cheap. And would diversify my damage types quite a bit. But it doesn't have the C camo route. I think I'm going to get this, even though I'm not sure it's the most useful. So now here's where I can save one of my artifacts I got. And I was thinking that this one I'll save. So let's save that. Yeah, so that was round 1, and then you see now we're into stage 2 of 4, so there's presumably 4 stages. Does this one have multiple spawn points? No, okay. Alright, we'll start here. Okay, so this one is camo. It might be lead as well. I'm not sure. And it does like it warps balloons around and things. I think we're in good shape to take it on with the Helichopters. Let's do this again. So I'm going to take this dude and go ahead and turn that into a 210. So I don't have to keep buying pursuit on him. Okay, this is a map that the Helichopter strats will not be that good on, kind of. And in some ways they'll be fantastic on it. Because the only place I can put the Helichopters is up here. So I get 2 Helichopters and like that's it. But you can see there's not much room for any other towers at all. So, you know, putting 2 Helichopters is a lot better than putting no other guys. You can also click on these and remove the seaweed. I'm not actually sure if a Helichopter would fit on there or not, though. I probably don't need to make all 3 Helichopters 3 2-0s. But let's demonstrate this. I can do that and then throw the spike factory there. I did just throw down the support, so let's grab that. Especially with the, the thing we're throwing down multiple military monkeys is going to make them slower, but still faster than they would have been. Definitely makes me think maybe just spamming spike factories is a play. Luckily, the difficulty goes back down when you start round 2 here. So we have this boss. This is the one that sort of spits out like extra balloons as you hit him. I could put you way here at the start, or I could put you in this little circle. I'm gonna put you in a little circle. And we'll throw down a Helichopter. And we'll throw down a second Helichopter. Alright, and go, kill. We'll get all tower quickening. Alright, kill. See, so he throws out these little sludge blobs. I guess that's going to really distract the Helichopters, but I'm sure they'll manage. That could be a good use case for the spike factory, though, now that I think about it. All tower inspiration. Because if I throw spike factory at the end, then the little sludges won't escape because there's any spikes there. Yeah, right there. Go. Make it. And then military, go. And then long life spikes so that it lasts longer. The problem is the Helichopters still get distracted by them. So even though we're safe, the Helichopters don't know that. I kind of think I get one more Helichopter down, but it'd be this one. Yeah. And I went to pursuit mode. There we go. All right, kill. Get support. This could do a ton of damage as it comes over it. Yeah, see, every time she drops one of those, it like wipes the whole screen. I definitely could be using them more effectively, but also I don't care enough to. This guy would be really good at killing me if I still had the 9 cat lives upgrade. Because all the little extra dudes he spits out would all take me out. We will grab... I'll get the caveman, because none of these help me. Alright, was 20 enough to get a reward? Yes, it was. Ice monkeys? I don't have any ice monkeys. It gives me an ice monkey. Bomb shooter, mortar, ice monkey, glucan, or man farm have a chance to release swarms of fish. I do have a 3 or higher bomb shooter. And then this just buffs magic, but I don't have any magic. I'm gonna get the fish. I have not used the tier 3 or higher bomb shooter at all, but I do have one. Start in round increased by 5. Fair enough. Oh, you can skip these. It costs a life to do it, but if there's one that's just like, there's no way in the world I'm going to beat this, you can skip it. Which is pretty cool. I have used that in past runs, or like, if I get a really early one that's like, oops, all camo, and I don't have any kind of camo defense, I'll just be like, you know what, I'm not, I'm not doing this. Let's get some helicopters. Alright, go kill. I don't think the rounds are the same all the time. Maybe they are, because you tend to start on different ones. So I'm never like, you know, I don't remember like, oh, the Moab comes on level 11 or whatever it is. That. I'm thinking next I'll throw down spikes. I feel like 2 helicopters is pretty good. Ooh, I could throw down my bomb tower and get the fish. Do this to make it fire faster. There we go. So the bomb tower is a primary monkey. So all the upgrades I had for primaries that I sold would be buffing it, but I'm not too fussed about that. Nice. And we get a mini game. Okay, another endurance race. So you... Okay, so they're starting on this side this time. So we can put her here. Throw down a helicopter. Throw down a second helicopter. And send it. They're killing, so I'll keep them in. I'm going to summon a lot of rounds real fast here, because they're doing a good job just sort of taking everything out. So, I feel like the Spike Factory is not going to do too well here, because it's not got a lot of, like, stacking damage. Let's get a bomb guy in. That'll have a lot of, like, it can take out a lot of guys at once, you know? So recursive cluster, this one's really cool, and it throws out more bombs. So it just throws out tons of explosions, and everything blows up. And it's great. There are balloons that are immune to explosions. It's the black ones. So, but I have, you know, these guys are on top of them to take care of things. Let's get one more helicopter. That's probably enough helicopters. Let's get another bomb shooter. Good missile launcher. You can either do bigger bombs or faster bombs. I usually kind of just pick at random, to be honest. Oh, so the tier 5 upgrades are really, really, really strong. But you can only have one of them. So like if I bought this bomb blitz, I couldn't upgrade this guy to also be Bomb Blitz. That's kind of how that works. Oh, how did we do? I feel like I did good. I feel like I did really well. Oh well. I shouldn't lose a life for that. Yeah, we're still full health. So I could play it again, but it would cost me a life to do it. I was not far off. So we're just gonna try it. It didn't work. So I could go right and just go through one patch of balloons, or I could go left and do a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna go left. This, by the way, is the sparkly tile I mentioned. So we'll probably want to go that way. Yeah, see, surprise camo attack. This is one in a previous life I had to skip it because I didn't have any, I didn't have enough camo detection. This is a pretty tricky map, and because there's 2 entrances, it sort of varies whether they're coming in top and bottom or they're coming in left and right. I could see the Helichopters struggling a little bit, and I also don't have a great place to put a spike factory other than maybe like at the very top. You go on pursuit mode. I throw a bomb tower up here. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. We're gonna save for a helicopter. Ooh, they're going actually backwards to what I expected. I guess I should have paid attention to that. So I guess I do want to put a bomb shooter up here. Although actually that was kind of stupid because bombs can't see camo. So that bomb shooter is probably not going to help me. The spike factory can't see camo, but it can hit camos because it just hits everything. For the moment, the Helichopter is doing okay. Any blimps as well this will help with, but the bomb tower was definitely a mistake. I think we get away with it anyway, but I think it was a mistake. None of those are useful. Still none of those are useful. I do technically have a primary down, so I'll get that. Yeah, you see how the helicopter kind of gets confused when there's 2 paths to cover and it has to kind of go back and forth? Because it's a straight line though, it's doing okay. When it has to really like jump like crossways, it gets really confused. But this time it stays on the path the whole time. It just goes, you know, back and forth on the path. Hopefully adding a second one isn't going to mess it up. There we go. We got one for military. Good. Yeah, they're figuring it out. They're good. So you can see how many pops they got, and now head cannon has gotten 0. So yeah, that was... Should have thought about that. I even mentioned it being a camo attack. Oh well. Give me just a second. Alright, one more, and then I gotta figure out what I want to do with this next camp. This is a tough map. It should be good for the helicopters though, because it's one path. It's tough because it's a very short map. Go ahead and throw you there. And we'll get down a helicopter right here. Put you on pursuit mode. Let's go ahead and throw a spike factory at the end. Let's put on smart. What's smart do? Alright, let's get that. And then I guess I'm just gonna wait until I can buy another helicopter. The thinking with putting the spike factory at the end is that it has the whole time for it to build up spikes. Obviously with the long last spikes upgrade, where they last through rounds, doesn't matter as much, but don't have that one yet. Don't need any of those. I'll take that. So I kind of like having the spike factory at the end as like an extra, basically extra lives more or less. But the problem with that, of course, is that that's money I'm not investing in. I can get extra lives, or I can buy towers to make it so I don't need extra lives, right? We're seeing some of that freezing in with the cold steel upgrade, which is interesting because it looks like the helicopter itself can't break them, but Gwyn can help out and break them. And they're not really getting in the way anyway, so. I think we've got this one pretty safely. I'm willing to say that. There we go. So what I want to upgrade, I could level one of these guys. I mean, there's the option to just have 2 320 helicopters and then just be good on helicopters. So I could do that. I could level up one of my common artifacts, and I have a lot of them. So this would make it slows down the abilities less. This more bolts. More chance to freeze. Bigger explosion. I get a bigger spike factory, and they have more. That might be one to upgrade. That's pretty good, though. And this makes them faster, too. That could be really good. Which is a bigger upgrade. 17 to 33. So that's a bigger upgrade than this one. These two would both be pretty good upgrades, but it doesn't bump them by that much. I could upgrade the fish. Let's see. How many more campsites do we have? 2 here. So we'll get 2 more. Let me use this one to upgrade this dude. And then I'll do 1 more helicopter upgrade and then a badge upgrade. Ooh, this map might not be good for us, because I don't know where I'm going to place a helicopter on this one. I'll give it a try. So the gimmick on this map is that you need to build these buildings for you to put your stuff on. And I can't remember which of them would be big enough to support a helicopter. You would think the more expensive ones would be better, right? Like this one's 1500. Let me look up. Let me look up a map of this map so I can find out which one I want to. I want to buy. Kind of cheating. Alright, here's all buildings built. Yeah, it looks like that one over on the left should do it. This one looks like it should be good enough for it. Yeah, all the 1500 ones seem like they'll be the where we want to be. So we'll get this. And they build that for me. I actually have that kind of hanging off the edge of the bit. That seems unsafe, but we'll send it. And you can go right. Can I afford to buy the I want to put her on this building. I am not able to put her on that building, so that was just a waste of money. Nice. I'll go there. Okay, well, we'll send that. I've already wasted some money. It might not matter. Oh, you don't have camo. I got the wrong one. That's okay, but that was a mistake. I thought that the fully upgraded guy was in the last spot. He has not been, so I don't know why I thought that, but you also see this one has 2 maps. This also means it's hard for a spike factory. I guess I could put the spike factory down here, have it planting spikes on this bit of road, because they both cover that. One goes down, under, and up and over the roots, and the other one goes like around like an S shape. It makes a dollar sign, is the joke. Should be able to get my other helicopter here in a minute. There we go, and that should be good on the helicopter's front. I'll do a spike factor next, set it down here. Military quickening is great. Right there. That. And it can hit right there, which will cover both paths. What level are you getting to? Level 10, still pretty good. Excellent. I kind of bungled that one a little, but we still got it. So I spent a ton of money at the previous merchant. So there's these ones I can get money, and I can get experience points. And I haven't bought them yet, because I feel like I need the points for like the things I'm actually buying. But it's interesting. This gives me engineers. That's not a tower I'm hugely into. Did I get any new artifacts I don't want? Just the fish nova. Support quickening, not bad. I do have the spike factory, not great. Faster at the start. Primary, don't need that. Dart monkeys, don't need that. Primary, don't need that. Magic, don't need that. Glue, don't need that. Okay, not much going on in this one. I'm just trying to save my tokens. Ooh, okay. This map is a real humdinger. There's several paths. I will put her on, I don't know, this one. But the problem is, see, they come in on 2 and leave on 2, but it rotates. So like next round it'll be in on these 2, and then it'll be in on these 2. So again, helicopters, exactly what you want for a map like this. It's really hard to do with just about anything else. I remember doing this map forever on the main game, trying to get some of the harder difficulties, and it's just not being there. Get that guy. Okay. We're definitely, the Helichopter's got to run for his money here. This might be too much for the chopper to handle. He's struggling to keep up. This is what I was saying about when it's got to jump back and forth across multiple paths that aren't lined up nice. It really struggles. I would love... No, I didn't get what I wanted. I'll get this wizard. He's 5,000 bucks. So I can't afford the wizard. I'm wondering if I need to like set them to other targeting modes. Because they're wasting a lot of time just flying back and forth. Like that guy's gonna... Okay, I thought that was gonna escape, but... Like, they're leaking a lot. Let's get some spike factors down to help with the leaking. Or a spike factor, I guess. I did realize I've put both my defenses on the same, like, column. I need more help than that. None of these are great. I'll get the boomerang guy because he'll be cheap. Just to try to help with the leaking a little bit. Put a cannon here. There's something on all of them. Maybe that'll be enough. The left, this one, doesn't have any kind of camo defense, which is not great. Fortified Moab is also not great. Get rid of this so they can hit the guys in there. No, they still can't. I can just put stuff on. That's useless. Awesome. Military quickening, that's what I need. I think we got away with it. Yikes. I feel like I didn't deserve that, but we did get away with it. So, can't complain. That's a hard map. Oh, wait. What do we got? Unspoken Heroes. Support monkeys have a 1 in 20 chance to crit. That's interesting. I don't know how that applies to spikes or if it does. 2x damage to trance and stunned. Projectile lifespan increased 20% and will bounce off map borders. I'm going to get that because I think that will work with if the Helichopters are right at the edge. And it'll be really funny. So let's get that. Oh, and another chest right away you shouldn't have. Gimme. All military monkeys shoot in a zigzag. Projectiles slower but attack speed faster. That's funny. And I don't know how that'll interact with the helicopter's wiggly woggly. But I don't think I'm going to get it. This is the one that saved my ass last time. The hero... All monkeys in the hero's radius do more damage to Moab balloons. I'm tempted to take this just so that I can start with it. Because it, like, some teams just need it. What's this? Mortars. I'm going to take this. It doesn't immediately help me. And it actually kind of hurts me a bit because now Gwen's radius is smaller. But if I can beat the boss, I want to save that. Encrypted is a pretty tough map as well. You see how much smaller her radius is now? Once again, hopefully I can cheat with my Helichopters. And it's not too bad. There are two paths. Also, you can see the projectiles bouncing, and it is as funny as I was hoping it would be. All right, go. There's two paths, around the left and around the right. So, but they both start at the same spot, so the helicopters aren't going to be running back and forth trying to defend it. They're just going to be in that one place. So, I'm thinking this is a better map for them. I'm thinking as well spike factories on both exits. Which will take a little bit of doing, but none of those. I'll take support because spike factory is support. Go ahead and throw that down. And do. Oh, it's already targeted correctly. And we'll get that so it can pop leads in case one leaks. Feeling maybe one more helicopter after I get the spike factories in place. I'm also still not in love with our camo defense. Although actually, now that I've got the upgrade, I could do, all towers. I could throw the bomb shooter right there and that would be camo defense, now I think about it. I get used to it not working, you know? Should get this back shortly here, there we go. I'm gonna throw the bomb tower in the middle there. And it fits. It does fit. Nice. And we'll do bigger bombs because more range is not really gonna help when it's in this little room anyway. Don't need that stuff. Ooh, military precision, military inspiration. Increases damage, more pierce. Let's do increased damage. Although regrows is kind of scary because of the way they have to like dart back and forth, but it looks like we took care of it. Nice. Excuse me for just a moment. Okay, we're back. Let's see what we get. Well, I don't get anything, but I get to do this. So I'm thinking that the best bet here is go the way with the 2 campsites. This way gets me 2 treasure chests. This way I get 2 campsites, a merchant, a treasure chest, a minigame, and a boss. So technically I get less treasure chests, but between the minigame and the boss I should have another shot at getting something anyway. Alright. You go ahead and go here. We'll get down 1 helicopter. Put it on pursuit mode. Another one. This one needs the camo detection. Bam, got it. This map is pretty easy, so we should be pretty safe on this one. I don't really see things going badly wrong here. Let's get a cannon down in case of a freight camo storm or something. Not feeling any of those. Look at that. I'm thinking one more Helichopter. This is a really good map for Helichopters because it's a nice single long path for them to just follow around. Bam. There we go. Probably all the Helichopters we need. What are you? Just a regular old dart monkey? Let's re-roll that. Ooh, yep, there we go. So I could go Spike Factory. Let's do that. Now this is interesting. I don't think any of the blimps are big enough to like hit that, but they could be. And so if the hitbox of the blimp is big enough to hit these spikes, it would take damage. So if I was really smart, I could put the spikes like here to where it'll hit Moabs, but not the regular old balloons, and not waste them. Not gonna do that, but like if I was smart, I could. More of this. Thinking next we'll go ahead and upgrade this. Oh, that's the fish attack. I just realized what all the things have. That's the fish. That's why. That's why blue. I thought that was like an explosion animation. That's the fish popping out. Nope, not you. You. Get another one. Excellent. Oh, this was the sparkly tile. You can see the sparkles. I didn't even notice. So I get a legendary artifact. I can get a really big tack shooter, which is kind of good. Or magic monkeys push balloons and small Moab. That's great. But I don't have any of them. Or 10 artifact selection rerolls. Okay, okay. I'm feeling that one. And I might actually save that. I don't know. This tile is going to be more balloons with immunities. So you see white is immune to freeze, black's immune to bombs, and then purple's immune to like energy weapons. This map is also really hard. I'm not in love with the fact that I get this challenge on this map. That said, I do have my Helichopters. So in theory, we're good. Go, kill. So the reason this map's hard, some rounds, they go all the way around the big loop, and then they go around the middle loop, and then they go around the small loop, and then they just don't, and they just go straight out, and it's like, you can't do that, that's illegal. So I want to get more defenses at the end there, like as soon as I can. I'm thinking that Spike Factory up and over the roots up here. Yeah. And move you all the way over so that I can put the smart spikes and target it right there. Let's actually even target it a little bit further back. So hopefully nothing will wipe them out, and they'll only be used in emergencies. This is my thinking here. Not into any of those, but I am into that. I think I read that they move slightly slower on the shorter track, but it's still like, you can't be doing that. That's illegal. I would love to get a third Helichopter. It's looking dicey. I don't remember if it's every round of 20 that they just go straight through. So the next one's going to be a straight through. Which is concerning, given that we was not killing them in time. I keep pausing like I'm able to do something to stop it. Oh, we might be in trouble here. Spike Factory came in. Spike Factory pulled it off. Alright. Use the momentum. Another helicopter, go. Alright, so that was a big round, which is good. I'm gonna try to get down another Spike Factory. What's your range look like? Pretty big. I think one next to it could do well. I think I might put this one on smart and just see what happens. This will be the medium one, I think? Yeah. I don't know what smart placement entails. Not in love with any of these. Let's get the bomb shooter. I can place that here and get this upgrade, which will do more damage to blimps. Since the blimps are consistently making it pretty far, that should help. This is 24, so this is a straight through round. Scary. Oh god. One thing with the Spike Factory is I can't tell how much they've stored up back there. So it's always a mystery if I'm gonna die or not. What the hell's all this shit? Oh, those are the projectiles. That could also be a Mauler. We'll do that. There. So those will both do extra damage, and they can hit camos. It doesn't like doing the fish effects and all the other shit that's on screen. That is funny. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna go here, and we're going to level up this one to make it 320. Awesome. Now I think there's an argument to do one as a 420 because it would save so much money from having to buy it, but then I wouldn't be able to place it, you know? Oh, this map's really... I keep saying this map's really tricky. It's, you know, as you can see, they come in and then there's two, but it's really cool because you're on this big walking castle thing. Hopefully the helichoppers will be pretty good at this one, since it is one where the two paths start at the same place, so hopefully they don't have to, like, juggle too much, and I can get some Spike Factories at the back. I might actually upgrade, when I upgrade an artifact, ooh, I might upgrade the Spike Factory one just to get a second Spike Factory, so I can put both and not have to wait in between. Yeah, it gets real dicey when guys are coming down both lanes. Alright, I'm going to start saving here for either a new helichopter or a new Spike Factory. Not in love with any of those. Not in love with any of those either. I'll get the mermaid guy, because the route I haven't protected is the one that has water. Is what I'm thinking. There he is. Alright, do your thing. Okay, we're good. I'm not sure whether to go Spike Factory or another helichopter. I'm thinking Spike Factory. I do have the mermaid up there though, so perhaps I didn't need it. Get that. And upgrade the spikes. And now at least one more helichopter upgrade, maybe two. I'm more just place more of them, not upgrading them. Because again, this is absurdly expensive. I feel like we're gonna start getting BFBs like any second, and I'm not sure I'm prepared for that. Yeah, here's one. As promised. And see, the helicopters keep wasting their time like fucking around over here. More military. I really need the helicopters to pull their own here. Right, get in there. I can still get one more helicopter. So I'm thinking that, and then maybe upgrade the spike factories. At least the one on the bottom route where it doesn't have a mermaid helping. All go. And we get the 4th helicopter. Let's see. So you spiked balls is the only one that makes sense as an upgrade because this is not gonna. It won't help. Because we're on the last round anyway. Although we might have just won. No, we did not just win. There's 2 Boofbas coming. Oh, we just instantly murdered them, though. That was awesome. Alright, sick nasty. So I'm thinking with this one, we're going to do an artifact upgrade. And I think this is a pretty good one because it would give me another spike factory. Like this doesn't upgrade the one I have, it just gives me another one. So this would be really good. Or one of these two that are making my helicopters faster, like make them even more faster, you know? I feel like I need the backup. Let's get this. So now I have 2 spike factories. One 201, one 101. I can upgrade the 101 to also be a 201. But not on this map because we're out of campsites. What do you got? So I don't think I have anything I want to sell. Yeah, I want to save that, so. What do we have? This gives me... Ninjas are really good. And this is the path I usually use, so this could be worth considering to just to diversify a bit. So this actually would work with the ninja now, you know, arguably. A Desperado. I don't get the Desperado. I haven't used him enough. He's new. Magic monkeys are halved, but don't we already have this? So I get another one. Banana peel slip. That's banana farms. Ooh. I already have this. So this would kind of synergies with that. This would go well with the ninja if I wanted to get him. So what did I was thinking ninjas are good. That's good. I already have this one. Tier 5. Okay, yeah. And this one. Those are the 4 that I'm thinking are the best bets up here. So I just went out of my way to get more spike factory. So I'm thinking maybe no on the ninja. And that means I don't need this. So these two would be really funny to double up on. So let's do it. I don't know if I have to actually click that 24 times or if there's a way to do it faster, but there we go. Alright, let's do that. And onward. Ooh, this map's... I keep saying this map's also real tricky. It's because you saw the map Park where it's like this is the path, And now the path is the river down the middle. They do a little whirligig in the middle. So it's not quite as bad as it looks, but it's not great. She can't really stand anywhere that's going to get her close enough to actually be useful, is she? I guess at the very end? Or like here? You can get rid of these walls, but you have to like get all of them, so it takes forever. I think we just throw you here. This is a good map for the spike factories, so we can throw some helicopters up here. There we go. And I don't have quite enough left over for a spike factory, but when I do, I'll throw it back. Also, this was indeed very funny. I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be, but it is funny. I think you click on these, and then they shoot out like a magic bolt that gets rid of these walls. 6, so these already have the red hot tags built in, which is awesome. So I'll get smart spikes and put that on smart. I'm thinking now save for helicopters, because I've got the spikes at the back. You can barely even see those. So I've got the spikes at the back ready to go. Yeah, let's make the spike factory faster. So I'm thinking I want to throw down more helicopters and make maybe 4 and then just spikes. Like 4 or 5 helicopters is a real sweet spot between being fast and have a lot of them. Do these also... Yeah, the purple bolts. The fact that the helicopters spam so many shots combines really well with the purple bolts that whenever the projectiles wear out. Ooh, nice. So I'm thinking one more of this guy. Having 2 of them at the same level is really handy for starting maps with 2. But I'm not getting a lot of value out of having them doubled up after that because they're too expensive to really be spammable. So I'm thinking maybe there is merit to actually upgrading one of them one more time at a camp and then having the crazy expensive upgrade I just drop that just to have one. I don't have any magic. None of these are awesome. We'll get this thing and then not use it. Another one of these. The 2 is going to be a lot more valuable when I have multiple paths to cover. I'm going to upgrade these both to long life spikes so that they can build up in the previous round, like so then when something scary comes in. We'll get... I think that works. I assume that means that the spikes have more pierce. Sorry, getting a drink. I could throw down a 3rd one. I feel like the helicopters are really putting in work on this. Have any of these done anything? 19, 12, and 12. Okay, great. So they have technically helped. Yeah, all the different like projectile spam upgrades are really coming together with the helicopters. Alright. Onward. What you got? I don't want the projectile slower. One lake and pontoon. Tech shooters rebound. Tech shooter. Not super feeling any of these. I assume that range and projectile lifespan only applies to tech shooters and not to just everything. I'll get this one, but I don't think I'll use them for much. Also, you can only have up to 10 guys, and I don't know what happens when you get an 11th guy. Like if it gives you the option to say, I don't want that one, or if you just have it. So we know the play for this map specifically with my stupid Helichopter strategy is just ignore the gimmick. There we go. I'm gonna wait and buy this Spike Factory because I can also put them on the little strip. At least I thought I would be able to. Does it not fit? Interesting. It just barely doesn't fit in that little slot. It looks like it ought to. Am I losing it? No, it seems like it doesn't. Alright, so we'll need to wait for this panel to open to put one there. Hopefully the 2 Helichopters can hold out in the meantime. I feel like this is good enough. Get that. Oh, also this means I can show something else off with this map. Support. So when the roof is over them, I am not able to click on these to upgrade them. So they're stuck. So that's another reason that sticking the Helichopters outside of the map is really handy. Speaking of, looks like I can afford more Helichopters, so I'll go ahead and do that. I feel like 4 is a really good number of Helichopters to have. Well, we'll get all tower. Sometimes that little pop-up just kind of, you know, it's a time I wasn't ready for. It just kind of interrupts me. It's like, yes, I'm glad I beat the wave, but can this wait? I could have, you know, automatic rounds turned off, but then it's slower, so I'll just wait. I mean, I say that I was very briefly into Bloons 5 speedrunning. Not in any kind of genuine way, but in a... They had records for every difficulty in every map, and some of them just genuinely no one had bothered to do. So I was able to get free records, you know, which was fun. But I never was actually, like, seriously competing for a record. But it looked like the play, if you actually wanted the record, was not to use automatic round advance and do it manually, because you could, like, every time you would lose just like a little bit of time on it not immediately starting a new round, which I thought was interesting, that you have to like be there just hammering the button ready to go. Bloons is not a very good speedrun game. I'm going to just say that. I don't think I still have any of the records. I think someone figured out what I was doing and kind of was like, hey, I'm gonna just you know, like, you're not even playing well, I'm just gonna take these, they're free. Alright, I'm gonna get deadly spikes, and then we'll get these long life. Probably won't be able to get deadly again. Rainbow Factory's done 78, this one's on 53. Alright, it's more than I thought. Oh, that was a ZOMG, or a ZOM. So, the ZOM is that green blimp that we saw, and it's got, I want to say 4 BFBs in it. I might be wrong. It might be less. Those usually start coming at level 80. So again, this is very much accelerated in this mode. What have we got? Least cash. So that's interesting because my strategy is very much throw a lot of cash at it. We start over here. Do you fit in this little... No, the plank's on the way. Alright, you can go here. And we'll get down 2 helicopters. I was hoping that would fit. And pursuit mode, and pursuit mode. And one of these. We'll make it smart. Alright, go. I think I should have looked more at the numbers, but I think if I get deadly spikes and then don't panic and buy more stuff, we should be good to get the gold reward. But I might panic and buy more helicopters, so no promises. Nope, didn't get anything. Okay. I could have gone for the support on that first one, but since the support I have is just Rainbow Factory after, why does Rainbow Factory have 2 kills? Nothing's even made it near it. Get the caveman. How do you have 5 kills now? I don't understand how Rainbow Factory is getting kills. Oh, also, Rainbow Factory, you can buy something, which of course I have bought because it's fantastic, that lets you name your monkeys. So the first monkey of every flavor that you buy has a name. So that's why this one's called Chopter Copter 7, and this one's just Heli Pilot. So, military quickening. I've named my Spike Factory Rainbow Factory, which I think is a very good feature. It also tracks stats for you, so you can see like how many pops has Rainbow Factory gotten, how many pops have Chopter Copter 7 gotten, that kind of thing. I think we're doing well here. Again, it all comes down to, do I get nervous and freak out? But the 2 helicopters are really putting in a lot of work. And I'm making sure to pick buffs that just buff my guys and aren't going to be, I need to play some more guys to take advantage. So that they all just shoot. Look at all the darts bouncing around the bottom. I really like having like multiple stacks of the bouncy darts. That's very fun. How much it's helping? Not sure. But I like having it. There's also the fish. I'm not sure that the fish are helping that much. Not much going on here. We'll get that. Ooh, a lot of stuff coming in this time. The Chopters are really good at taking care of big heart rush, regrow rushes like that, because they can follow them and just take them all down one by one. As long as it's on a single path. Like I said, they struggle, like you saw with the cross map where they were going X-ways, how my guys really struggled to keep up with that. I feel like this is a very good performance on this challenge. Yeah, legendary art. We did great. We did great. What do I get? Slow and steady. Damage increased, but we're slower for a little bit. I don't know, 20 seconds is a long time. Tier 3 and higher engineers, and I get an engineer. Or, heroes and monkeys up to tier 5. Projectile speeds reduced, but quantum tech sense withdraws to the hurry. I think this is the best one, but I'm not in love with any of these. I could spend a reroll. Let's do that. Ooh, interesting. Heroes give Monkey Intelligence Bureau. Okay, so what this one does is it's kind of like the one with the camo, but it's different. It is it gives they can hit everything, so that's also really handy. This could be a good one to take out and use in another run. Heroes count as all categories, deal 2x damage to bosses and see camo, 1000 less XP, and non-hero monkeys deal no hit damage. I think we should not do this, given that my entire strategy is throwing chopper copters at it. So it's between the Gatling gun to make them attack even faster, and this, because I think it'd be a good one to save for the future. Let's get this. I'm not sure how often I'm going to see that. Start fast, end slow, that's fine. You go here. So I kind of now don't want to put towers in her range, because they'll attack more slowly, and all of my guys can already hit all balloon types, so the buff doesn't help me. This map, they go out and then back. This dude could use the buff. If I am loath to suddenly start doing different, what I am doing is working. Let's get that. Let's get 2 more chopper copters. Support quickening, that's fine. Get more spikes down. I mean, this dude won't be able to see camo. No, he will, because you've got both. You've got camo and intelligence. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll get 2 more chopper copters down and throw one of those in. Right, 3rd chopper copter. Although again, legally only the first one is chopper copter 7. The rest are just heli pilots. Yep, definitely that one. I'm trying to think how much would it slow me down if I could only... But starting with 2 chopper copters is really good. And if I leveled one up to where it had the buff, the expensive upgrade already in, I would start with 1 and then place a new one every 4 rounds. And I feel like starting with 1 versus starting with 2 is a really big... That's a big one, you know? So Gwen buffs the Ring of Fire upgrade on the attack tower here. So it's actually kind of cool I got a attack tower. There's a couple problems with attack towers, is that they're not like the best, not the best ones, but having it in her range fixes a lot of the problems. It can't see camo and it has no upgrades to see camo, but it can because of that one upgrade I have. And also, the Ring of Fire changes it from projectiles to an energy weapon, so now it can't hit purples. But with the intelligence upgrade, it can hit purples. So that kind of works out really well to just like mush those two together like that. Not in love with any of these. We'll get the airplane. So that's kind of killing it. Let's get another one. It's also not the best at like... It's good for taking out a lot of like small guys, but it's not the best at taking out like one big guy. And typically by the later rounds, the things you're more worried about are one big guys, because lots of little guys tend to just sort of evaporate. Oh, there's a zombie again. We might see DDTs actually. Was I doing some... is this a challenge, or am I just playing this? I think I'm just playing this, because there's not like a number at the top. If this is a challenge, I'm doing a shit job of it. It appears it was not a challenge, and it was indeed just a map. Oh, I was confused because there's a boss fight here. I think this boss is the dude who becomes invincible to certain flavors. Let's see. I'm going to put you here. You next to it to get the buffs. 2 chopper copters. When it becomes immune to military, we're going to be in trouble. Throw that down. Alright, go. I'll up primary because I actually do have a couple of primaries. So he starts immune to primary. I'm hoping my chopper copters can wear him down. In time for these to get in range. And then after that, he'll become immune to military. More chopper copters, go. It sounds like I might only be doing damage with the rotors. Like, he might count as a lead, which is interesting. I would love to upgrade this to Ring of Fire before he gets here, and I think we're gonna make it. So let's sit and do that. Well, I guess the rotors and the magic bolts, I guess, could be doing damage here. You're good. I might not get Ring of Fire. I might have been too aggressive with the Helichopters. I needed to be, because he's just coming around now to... let's do all tower quickening. Yeah, so he becomes immune to military now, so now we're relying on this bomb shooter and this guy. Upgrade to Ring of Fire. Oh, that's draining him pretty good, though. Reroll that. Let's get the Heli Pilot 400. Stop going so fast. If I can get to the point I can afford this, it'll do a shit ton of damage. Assuming I can get out of immune to military mode. I'm gonna leave it and try to get this. Go, 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 go. Alright, none of those. None of those either. Good God, there's a lot of things happening on screen. Can we get 30? I guess immune to magic means that the bolts aren't hurting him. That's what I think we did pretty good. That was pretty good. The Ring of Fire especially did way better than I expected. I'm surprised that's only common. I felt like I did great, but these are very difficult. Okay, this gives me a merman. This gives me... I don't want that. And this gives me just more damage for magic monkeys. I'm not in love with any of these, but I feel like I don't want to waste a reroll because it would be... They're just commons anyway, so I'll just take that. And possibly we can sell it. I'm also curious if I save this. I assume that I get all 10. Alright, back to Lotus Island. Again, this map is probably the hardest beginner map, in my humble opinion. But we can mitigate a lot of the difficulty by being really good. And spamming helicopters everywhere. Let's get one of... If I was smarter, I could have placed this in such a way that it wasn't like in the way there, but I didn't do that. That Moab really just ate a lot of hits. That was crazy. So I would love to get this upgraded to Ring of Fire and then just not worry about the small dudes. It is attacking slower because of the intelligence thing. Give me... Ooh. No, we want this one. Go. Alright, next up is probably 2 more helicopters, and then I'll get some spike factories up here. We'll get the primary precision rare, because I do have a primary. And helicopter. I'm about to get another one. Just in time to be on my way. With all tower precision. Throw that down. Wabama. Okay, that's plenty of helicopters. I'm thinking spike factories up here to clean up stragglers. Get this and put it on smart, whatever that does. I shouldn't say it, but we've had good luck with maps other than the one X-shaped one that I just sort of barely scraped through. None of those. There we go. Let's do precision rare. I could get deadly. This is Bam. Doing good here. Doing the Lord's work. How big is your radius? Not bad. I didn't place you very well for... I can smush one extra tower in there. None of those. All tower precision is fine. I think we're set. Oh, you can click on these and they throw poop, and they... Well, it'll stun any blooms near it, but because I'm always playing on high speed, I've never fast enough reflexes to do that anyway. Oh, I got a legendary artifact. I did not even notice, once again, that was a sparkly tile. So that's pretty cool. So I could get a really beefy dart monkey for pretty cheap, which is cool. Heroes and magic monkeys deal 3 times damage chance, or Duck-ageddon. Pat Fusty and support monkeys have a rare chance to send a duck to play with. Duck has 500 pierce. Well, obviously I want this. Because I do have support, I have the spike factories. What have you got? Mermaid. This one. We'll just get the support booster. And... Alright, nothing special on this map. if I throw you here, you can clear this, so I could squeeze the tack tower in there later. First, we'll do 2 Helichopters. And we'll get a spike factory here at the end. So you can remove that. And I should be able to throw a tack tower right there and get the buffs. Also, stop going so fast. Let me target you right here. So she'll throw the fireballs right there. Yeah, so you can see it's got the 2 little icons, so it is getting the buffs. Which is something I really like in this game that they... I mean, it's different from like 5, this game's been out forever already, but I really like that it just tells you like, hey, you're getting these buffs, you're in range. It's really handy. Taking 2 more Helichopters to clean up and then upgrade that, and then we're just gonna see what happens. We'll grab that. Could help the tack tower. You know, I was intending to sell some of these things, but I'm kind of enjoying having them. Or sell storage, I mean. Right. 3rd Helichopter. Is this too loud? It looks like the balloon popping is really loud. There is a lot of like things happening, aren't there? Definitely doing military. That was a well-timed one from her. Got the BFB. Again, I think if I was really going to be tryharding this, I wouldn't use the automatic one. I would do it manually, but like I cannot be bothered to do it manually. That's not going to happen. I was going to see if I could see her upgrade where it's like increases radius for Ring of Fire. And I think she might have a couple that all buff it, so this is kind of goes hard. None of these are what I want. I'll do that though. That'll buff the attack tower. Get that. So that's part of why the radius for this is enormous, and the other part is the buffs I've been picking up the whole time, you know, which is very fun because you can make all sorts of like just weird, like, you know, weird strategies that wouldn't necessarily work in the sort of normal play mode. Work in this because you can, you stack 30 like fire faster upgrades and your projectile will bounce on the screen. Like the normal mode of this game is a good game, but something about this is this is fantastic. I like that it uses knowledge from, you know, the sort of normal game, where it's like, oh, here's how this map works, you know, oh, this is, you know, this tower works like that kind of thing. But it just sort of dumps them all into like a different game. It's really good. I like it a lot. Because I definitely start to get bored with the sort of main game mode. You know, where it's like, you know, beat this map on easy. Oh, we'll beat it on medium. Oh, but can you beat it on hard? And it kind of is like, kind of gets old. But like I said, I just like, I've been playing this, and I want to play this some more, and it's my show, so I get to. Just get that to all, and the recursive cluster. So that's a DDT that just went by. Those are very concerning. They count as camo and they count as lead, so you have to have something that can hit both And compared to the other blimps, they're really fast, which is, again, very concerning. So it's really easy to get just rushed by some DDTs and just like, that's it. Wow, she's max level. I very rarely see heroes get max level. They level up way, way, way slower in the than the main one. Again, the main one usually runs to like easy is level 40, normal is level 60, hard is level 80, impossible is level 100. So space out a bit more. But it's so frustrating if you lose in like level 93 or something. They have to redo friggin' everything to get back to it. What have you got? I spent a lot of money. Do I have anything I want to sell? Definitely keeping that. This is not helping me at all. I don't have any magic guys, so we'll get rid of that. This has kind of done its job. But the range is good. The range is good. Yeah, I'm going to say that's the only thing I want to get rid of. What have we got? Monkey Ace, that's not the Helichopter, that's the plane. I don't think the tack shooter has target priority. Transtant Stun, Banana Peels, Primary, Engineers, Wizards. Okay. Projectiles, more range, projectiles last longer, shot spread. That sounds really good. I think I want that. So let's get that. Alright, let's rock and roll. So now the question is, can I hit this like I'm expecting to? Like, what properties do they have? I think they are camo and maybe lead. I'm not sure on lead. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and get my classic 2 Helichopters. And do that. What else do we want? Probably the bombs. We'll do it faster and recursively. Let's actually bring in the 3rd Helichopter. Oh, I don't have enough. Well, that's okay. You'll be fine. I can do this to force it on this side so I can see what's happening. All right, let me in. All right, so their health is dropping, so something is hitting them, which is good. All Tower Inspiration Rare, definitely want that. Okay, they just jumped ahead by a good amount. So, one thing with this boss is it kind of teleports forward. I beat them on a previous one specifically because it was on a very, very long map. I think we're rapidly getting to the point they're not in range of these guys anymore, which is definitely a concern. I know they have camo. I'm going to save and get more Helichopters. Reroll that. Support I'll take because I can put down a Spike Factory. Spike Factory is not going to be great for battling these guys though. I think it's just all in on Helichopters at this point. You also see that they're moving the start of the map further forward. It looks like they aren't lead, because I'd be doing way less damage if they counted as lead. I mean, it's like the start of the map has moved all the way to here now, so these guys are not even helping. That said, the Helichopter army is absolutely helping. None of those. None of those either, we'll get that. 5 is probably an upper limit for how many Helichopters to have, but I would love to kill them before we have to deal with that BFB. Nope. You see the helicopter kind of getting each other's way now, so maybe I should have stayed at 4. Look at this guy go. We should get this, though. If we can pop that, dang. There we go. That fortified one, that Moab was not having it. What do we get? So I could get really beefy boomerang monkey, a really beefy pirate, or tier 4 monkeys always need 0 see camo, deal triple damage to camo. I will certainly take that. Alright, now we can save something. So I'm thinking that the one I want to save, it was gonna be the monkey intelligence. But now that I have level 4 C camo, I'm kind of thinking it's going to be this one. Because this is also super handy. Let's save that. And then just if I need to see camo, I just level it up to 4. Does this one have multiple start points? Nope. Okay, we're here. Who do we got this time? Alright, Sludge Monster. Got it. So I could, as discussed, train one of these 2 Helichopters. Train the Spike Factory. I could enhance something. We have a lot of options now. One of these would be fun. How many camps do we have coming up fast? Not seeing many. Here's one. We got 2 here if I take this route. We have a good number. There's a good number of them. I would have to avoid all this stuff to get the 2 camps, though. So if I go for this, how many camps will it take to get this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be 4. So I could have another, like, copy of these 2. But I can't get it to where he is... I can't get one, like, better, you know? Alternatively, I could try to upgrade the tack to get the Ring Inferno immediately. Which I kind of like. But if I'm going to upgrade the tack, I should do it this way. Because this will give me a 1-2-0. Do I want that? I do want that, yeah. Although that's not closer to my actual goal. It also increases the range 100%. Let's do this. Let's upgrade this one. And now, yeah, I've got a bigger tack shooter. Still really cheap. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we can tell the maps are getting a lot harder at this point. You can go there. I'm curious how we do if I start with only 1 Helichopter. Because that's another way I could conceivably get one of the Helichopters into super duper mode, is if I can safely start with like 1 Helichopter and a tack tower, something like that. So it can't see camo right now because it's only level 3. But this can. But it can hit all balloon types. A little bit of that. I don't think we're gonna even get Ring of Fire. Okay, well that was... I think I saw one balloon, so that was not too bad. I'm a little more worried about the Zom coming up right there. What do we get? I got a General's Disposition, which is the one I just got rid of. I've got... Don't want that. And I've got attack speed and cooldowns faster, and I get an Alchemist. I don't really use Alchemists, but like it doesn't hurt, I think, to get another one, so let's do that. And I am really curious what happens if I get one more guy, you know what I mean? I also immediately sell that. So I can sell this one. Was there another one I wanted to sell? I think we're pretty much all good. Maybe this? No, keep that, because that one's fun. Okay, what have you got? Don't have magic. Don't have darts. Don't have monkey subs. Don't have beast handlers. Don't have primary. But I do have primaries. I don't like projectile speed going down, so I'm not going to get that. That sounds great, and I want that. Mortars, don't use those. Battle Cat, don't want that. Okay, so we're just going to do this. There we go. Now, what does it mean when there's a Zomg? Start and end increase by 10. Gotcha. Ooh, this map is not only really tricky, but I think the Helichopters will really struggle with it. In here, in the middle, they all kind of swirl around, but I think it'll keep chasing him down to every side. Let's find out. I'm definitely thinking this is one I want 2 Helichopters. And it would be handy to have some way of... Good God, look at the range on this tack shooter. Doing some damage along the sides here, so we'll throw those down. Comes in on the one side I don't have defended, but that's okay. Let me throw a bomb up here, just so that there's something on all the sides. A little bit of those. That. The hot shots in a second. For both. And then this one I can get the bigger bombs. Ooh, all-tower inspiration or military? The Helichopters are doing most of the work. Get them in. The other stuff's really just a stopgap to kind of take some of the load off of them. Where's my mouse dock? There it is. So I could get another Helichopter, but I think the map is over. It sure is. Okay, that could have been worse. Onward. Okay, we get this one again, which is funny. This is the best one, though, because it sells for the most. I am curious what happens when I get the sniper money. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, let's me choose. Cool. So get rid of you. That was throwing very slightly. Alright, this one is more balloons. This map, I think, is a fine one for the Helichopters. Because they only take one of these paths at a time. So the Helichopters aren't going to bunch up on each other and like keep going back and forth. It is starting me with less money. So that's a great reason to not have the Helichopter upgraded to the point I couldn't afford it. That said, if I can only afford one anyway, there's no reason not to upgrade it. What a conundrum. Let's get rid of these statues. And put some tack shooters in. Oops, all tower inspiration, sure. And get these upgraded. I don't think we're gonna get to Ring of Fires, but I think they'll help. They can't hit camos right now, as we know. You should put your fire right here in the middle, so it's on both paths. None of those. Actually, you're fine. Get in there. Because I can do this. She also boosts this upgrade right here. I probably won't get it in this one, it's a little too expensive, but... Great. Gimme. Military monkeys count all categories. Military monkeys range reduced 15%. Non-military monkeys... I don't want that because it makes my other guys worse. This is something. Let's grab that. So I got a free super monkey. Let's get rid of the alchemist because I will never use the alchemist. Bam. Too many cooks. Ooh, I already have this, so I could stack it. I like that. I like that. Ability cooldowns loop to gain 2 extra charges. I don't want that. Give me this. So I've already got one of those, so I'll stack it, have 2 of those. That should make them... I mean, that's just pretty hard. Minigame race. Okay, so I'm not going to pull this off, but we got to try it. This is a okay map for my Helichopter strats. We'll go ahead and get 2. And then we'll focus on tack shooters after that. I'm surrounding her. Go. Ooh, this is a bad one to have a race on. I've just realized, because then the Helichopters will swing back and forth. So I don't think I'm going to do very well on the score here. Unless I guess like that, where one wave is faster than the other wave. I'm kind of thinking we just ignore the score. If I get these both up, we might be in good shape though. I thought that round was over. It was not over yet. So I think I lose a life if I get killed here, and if I just do it too slow, I just don't get a reward. So if that is the case, I would much rather just do it too slow. I think that the slowest time you can get a reward for is like 7 minutes, so that would be, that'd be nice. So that's one of these two now can hit camos. I don't think there's a chance in the world I get 7 minutes on this. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the L here and play it safe. I say, sending in another wave. If I send the next wave right now, we could make it theoretically. I don't think it's gonna work out though, because they spawn in too slow at this point. I want to be ready to hit this once I, as soon as I can afford it. There we go, bam. I think it's just that guy. 706. Oh, I got one. Nice. I thought I wasn't gonna get that. Probably just gonna be this. Yeah. All balloons are fortified, okay. So this is an interesting map here. You have to, like, sell the corn to make room for your towers. What's the cheapest one? You know, the 700 one's fine. Get out of here. And then we'll throw a... I can really squeeze this over to the side. But if I do it on this side, then I can use more... I don't know. There we go. Bam. And let's throw in a tack shooter. Because, good God, the range on the tack shooter is insane. Alright, go. Another problem with tack shooter is that it's kind of bad until Ring of Fire. So it's like not helping me that much right now. And I need to get it to Ring of Fire to like make it like useful. Which again, very expensive. It would be great to have Tack Tower as a one that I could just buy. So I'm playing with, I want to maybe level that one up, but like all the early upgrades on it are very cheap. It's just Ring of Fire that's expensive. So I don't know if that's a good use of my upgrade points. There we go. Next, I'm thinking another helicopter. This map, I absolutely could have gotten away with having one helicopter be the 420. I might still do that. Oh, hell yeah. That was a good, that was Gwen's stream wipe. That actually came in at a really good time. Awesome. And we got a boss minigame. I think that the helicopters will be very good at this boss. I would like to give them some help, so I'm going to put her late, which I don't usually do. So I can put the tack tower late. Ooh, not quite enough. Let's throw down a second chopper. I think that's going to be the most useful. Military quickening for sure. Here he comes. So he spits out these. Now the problem is that the helicopters are going to keep leaving to go get them and then coming back. One of these. Which is fine. Let's get one more. And then I'm going to save for Ring of Fire. All towers up. I think the goal for common was just like 13, so we're going to get that. Oh, and I can get this now. Let's put another one. Primary quickening, because I just threw down attack tower. Fit. There was like 1 pixel there where it would fit, and I had to just get exactly it. Another Ring of Fire. Buff all towers. Another one of you. Ooh, they're getting these on like the backswing. That's really good. I was like, the graphic for this is not nearly big enough to give me that. Upgrade the Ring of Fire. One more Helichopter. What the hell is this? Oh, that's Gwyn's attack. Because it's bouncing off the wall. That's crazy. Go. Oh, the game does not like that. I can tell you she is not happy. Military. I'm gonna play this on a slow speed so she doesn't get too mad at me. Rare, good. That's funny though that it's not the legendary, because I don't really know how I could have done much better. Alright, go fast. Yeah, she's not liking that, but I don't think there's much else I'm gonna do, so it doesn't really matter. It does not like all the effects going on. All right. What do I get? One extra choice. That sounds great. I feel like I want that. This also sounds great. Ooh. I'm gonna do this because it comes up so often. I think that's the play. And I am gonna do it. I'm gonna upgrade the one Helichopter to. You are gonna be a 420. That makes it loads more expensive, but still, you know, cheaper than buying that upgrade by itself. And we'll see if that's a good call. That could be a fool's move I just did. Yeah, so I only have half what I need to buy that. So I want to put you up top here. There you go. And we'll get a Helichopter. And I want to get one of these. And I want to get another one. Or do I? Maybe I don't. How bad does it look? This looks manageable. There's a Moab. We did manage it. Because I'm thinking I can use the Super Chopper in boss fights, where you start with a lot of money. Put that down. It's like 4,600. I like this. We'll do that. I just hold out a little longer. There we go. Boom. Ring of fire. Got it. So now it's, do I do a second Helichopter or do I do something else? Why is this, was that always 36? I feel like it was slightly more than that. I'm thinking I do another Helichopter because it's immediately useful, unlike the TAC Tower, which is not. Let's see. That one can't go Ring of Fire, so I don't want it. Didn't really get anything useful there. I like that the graphic for this doesn't stretch far enough, but clearly it's doing damage because these guys are popping. Like they never thought the TAC Tower would have this much range. Now let's get one of these down. I like that the only time I used this guy, who was in my starting set, was to show why I don't like them. Alright, impress me. Magic monkeys. No, I don't want that. I really don't want... This is funny, but it's too micromanagey. We'll get the legendary because I can sell that. So, here's the question. I could go down and under the roots and get 2 campsites and do 2 upgrades to probably TAC Tower. Or I could go up and over the roots and get a bunch of stuff, including a sparkly mini game. I'm honestly thinking down. A surprise camo attack, let's do it. So you go here. No, here. No, like, okay, so what we want is a TAC shooter here. And then you next to it to power it up. There we go. Then bring in a Helichopter. Power that up. Alright, send it. They actually changed this map, I want to say semi-recently. It used to be that they would just follow the path and just go around. But they made it now they follow the path and then do a loop around the eye and then go. Which I think is a great change because this one was really hard for where its difficulty level was supposed to be. You see the Helichopter is struggling a bit, but once they meet in the middle, it's okay. So I think I'm good to wait for this to fully power. Again, the problem with my 2 camp strategy is that this is the expensive one, not the first 2. So the first 2 are cheap. So I'm not saving that much. But it sets me up, assuming I can beat this boss for World 4. It sets me up there to do 1 more camp and then get Ring of Fire ready to go. I guess I'm making a big assumption that I will actually beat the boss. I'm gonna do another Helichopter next, and then maybe another Ring of Fire. Spike Factory has not gotten much love lately. Primary precision, sure. The fact that she powers up the Ring of Fire really is making that the option I'm more interested in. You know what I mean? Like it's already getting a buff. Plus, I've got the Helichopters to focus the big guy. Because that's what the attack tower wasn't good at. It's like one big guy, and I've got the Helichopters, which are clearly quite good at one big guy. Look at all tower quickening. Usually if there's an all, I'll just take that and not like re-roll for the gamble. I guess now that I have 4 slots, it's sort of more viable to do the re-roll gambles, but even then, with the, I could just get all monkeys that I don't want, so. Yep, so that locks off that route from us, that locks off that route. So we gotta take on this guy. Okay, great. This is a map that I'm happy to take on, since I can completely cheese it. Right. So you don't fit anywhere. You fit here. Alright, you get in there. We'll set that up. Helichopter. Here is one where having this is not helping me. I'm gonna actually sub this guy in. Just because it's going to be so long before I get back to the attack tower to upgrade it, I'm not convinced that we'll survive. So we'll just do 2 Helichopters, and then once it rolls back to the attack tower, I'll get that upgraded. Hopefully, anyway. Maybe, I don't know actually if I'll have enough money. I need to make like 4,000 really fast. What have we got? We'll do primary inspiration. I think we're good at it, because I need like 1,500 from this round. That should be alright. But I also needed those. We might not have enough for the Ring of Fire. We can get it on the next go round. Yeah, it didn't quite get it. Let me throw down a 3rd Helichopter to make up the difference. There we go. When it comes around, I should be able to. When it comes around again, I should be able to get it. We'll get the all tower inspiration. I don't know. It should be good. It should be good because we're gonna get a lot from the rounds where they throw a bunch of guys at us. Yeah, we're good. We're all set. There we go, and then get this. All right, now what? Maybe some spikes at the end. Don't like any of those. Get this one. I think I will put spikes at the end, but I'll do it next round. So I'll throw them right here, and then I can buff them a lot. Whereas if I put them this round, I won't be able to upgrade them anymore. And if I panic because of the zombie, I can throw some in really fast. Got it. Throw that down. Smart. Put it on smart. And we'll see if we can buy deadly, but it shouldn't matter. Excellent. So I'm going to stick to the plan and double upgrade tack shooter. We'll go for the 120 and make a 220. I didn't even see that guy. Oh, it's because it's a surprise. That's funny. This is a very difficult map. Also, I need the bathroom again. We've been running for a while. Yeah, I gotta say, honestly, I did not expect it to do this well and make it this far. Hard thing to complain about, admittedly. Oh, I did too well. You get in there. So this map is pretty good for helicopters. They only take one path at a time. So we can chase them down. I'm trying to think if I want to do a second helicopter with this one, but it's gonna be too expensive. This can hit 3 of the routes. We'll do that. And I can get this guy. I wonder if you're smart enough to like target the active route. Or just someone each. That's good enough. I would definitely like to get more helicopters in this one pretty fast. Ooh, that was dodgy. I thought it was gonna swing right first. Okay, now we're going right again. So I've got help taking stuff out. Well, definitely military quickening, they're gonna need it. This guy can help just barely from over there. And next round I'll get another helicopter, so we might be okay. Let's get this in as fast as I can. There we go. I'm definitely going to want to put more help over here when it swings back again. Oh, it is smart. It just, since none of the options, it was just kind of doing them both. Interesting. I think I do want to get this next. Bam. So now we can hit camos. And then this round should be relatively easy because I've got this for support. That for sure. I think I can probably get one more helicopter. And it's going to be running my least defended lanes here. So the spike factory is going to be putting in work. But we get one more of these. Yeah, this map is really hard in the normal mode because you can't just start with helicopters that will cover every lane. You have to like put like one dart monkey on each lane and hope to God that they that they can do it. All right, got away with it though. Excellent. Now we can do this. And go ahead and upgrade that to 320. I wish we could just swing back and get that one, but not how the game works. So this is one of the maps, like I was mentioning earlier, where there's obviously a split path. Whenever I have a strategy that's very, put a ton of dudes in the same place, obviously they're going to struggle with maps like this. This strategy should be alright for it. I might be being really ballsy by only bringing one helicopter here. Yeah, I don't think there's any way in the world we kill that thing. Yeah, that didn't work. Let's try that one again. Little too ballsy there. That's okay. So you can go there. You in front. Bam. And what is going to help me stop that guy? Because like we weren't even close. It just ran through. Maybe this. Let's try it. There we go. Just need a little bit more firepower there. Let's see if I can hold out now for Ring of Fire. Don't get rid of that. That's a regular mob. There's another fortified one, but we know we can take those out now. I feel like I'm just barely like hanging on here. I haven't needed it yet, but I will mention that you can recover hits. That for sure, because I'm about to get the Ring of Fire upgrade. There we go. Next, I'm thinking another helicopter. I guess this is a bad helicopter one, since they have to go back and forth again. Anyway, you can recover health at the camps. You can choose to sleep, and it recovers 2 hearts. So I have not needed that yet, and I feel like it's kind of a losing proposition, because then you're not using the camp to upgrade something. You're just you know what I mean? Like, it makes you lose more slowly rather than making you win. So I don't know. I do know I can afford a second helicopter. So you get in there. Is this on recursive bombs? No, it's not. Let's do that. Since it's got the Gwyn boost and can hit every bloom type. Got it. Next, probably another one of these. There we go. I did buy the wrong one, I'm noticing. I should have bought the one at the bottom. None of these are great. So that's on me. Rookie mistake. Bought the wrong guy. Hopefully can get away with it anyway. My towers menu is awful cluttered. I wonder if I can reorganize them. You like move all the guys I don't use to the bottom. I could just get rid of him. Like I can get rid of the super monkey if I'm like I don't want him. But I don't see any reason to do that, especially if I'm given the option to, you know, replace them as they get a new one. Because you never know, maybe I'll have some map where having a super monkey is like the only thing that's gonna save it, you know? I don't know what that would be, but you know, it's not impossible. The bouncing projectiles with the magic bolts is very funny because they're shooting in from like over here. I hate that I lost a life on that, but it was very ballsy to only do one. It doesn't look like I can move them around. Alright, 2 merchants and then the boss. What you got? I know I picked up something to sell. I got this I can sell. I want to keep that because I'd like to save it. But I could sell that. Do you have anything good? Ooh. More money. I like money. Let's remember that one. And let's remember on my side, I don't need magic precision and I don't need divine intervention. Already have that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. No. Alright, let's I'll take this back. I'll just sell the magic one and some of these tokens to make the difference. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, money. I like money. Good. Keep going. What do you have? Snail. That could be good. Don't need that. Nah. Don't use those. Alright, the only one I'm even remotely interested in is this one. And I have to sell the one I was thinking about trying to save. Well, I wouldn't. I could buy it for tokens. Get in there. So now I've got a lot of stuff. So this one would be nice to be able to start with, but it's also nice to just have it. So maybe I'll just keep that. I think I want to save this one if I can beat the boss. This is where my last run ended because I was unable to beat boss 3 because it was just a very difficult map. This is an easier map than the one I fought the last boss. The last boss actually was on that map we just did with the 4 columns, and I just could not get enough damage on it. This is better. It's not amazing, but I don't think they were going to give me an amazing one because it's at the friggin', it's the third, you know, it's the big boss guy. So the gimmick here is that when a Moab spawns, it'll come through this path, which is not great for my helicopters. I think it'll confuse them. I'm also wondering if I should put where to put this guy. Because this does a great job covering the normal path, but doesn't really cover the Moab path very well. Let's get a second helicopter in. And throw one of these here to help cover Moabs. It's not going to be... Let's try that. Okay, so they just go immediately. Okay, so he actually spawns down here. Interesting. And he's going to do the thing where he barfs out little sludge, those guys. Look at my freaking projectiles. That is incredible. There's just so much shit going on. Also, look how much health he has. Good God. Alright. Faster. Go, go, go. I'm going to speed up because there's not much I can do at this point. Not into any of those. Didn't get better. I'll get this one. I'm hoping that this gang can just handle everything that comes along this path. So these guys are free to just shoot the big guy. Let's see. Damage 8 shots per reduced or more pierce and range. Let's do pierce and range. We're doing alright. Let's get more precision. Get the recursive cluster. I mean, my computer's not liking all the effects. But we're doing okay. By the health bar, I think we're in good shape. Make this faster. But what was killing me on the previous one was that really strong balloons were coming through like underneath the boss. All tower quickening. Like he just threw a Moab at me. I don't really know what to like be buying at this point, honestly. Definitely military. I think we just send it. Oh, did the game crash? It may have crashed. No, 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 that was it. I won. Yay. That was concerning. I like his defeat animation. So this one, tier 3 and lower deal more damage, but tier 4 and above are slower. So this works great with the level 3 helicopter, but it doesn't work well with the Ring of Fire or the really big helicopter. I could grab it to sell it though. Alternatively, Alchemist, Bomb Shooter, Monkey Sub. I kind of think I kick this and sell it. Now it looks like, because here's Blastopopulus. It looks like I can't return that one because I already have it. So I wanted to return this Sun God one. Alright, so I didn't expect this to go this well. Let's go ahead and load here. Who the hell are you? I've not fought that one before. I like the whirlpool though, like on the map. That's really cool. I like the maps this thing makes. Anyway, I didn't think it was going to go this well. So it's like nearly midnight. I'm gonna call the episode. I'm gonna call the episode here, and I'm gonna finish this on my own time. And you'll probably never find out how it went, but I really enjoy this game mode. This is great. Next week, I'll either do Minecraft or just do this again, because it depends on if I'm still into this or not. But yeah, that'll do it.